Welcome to this week Beanie and the Boom podcast. Man, this is the week.
100%.
The week. Obviously, there are a lot of big games this weekend, but you have the game, and it's a big game this week, Beans.
100%, man. Before we dive into that big game, which we know is the end-all, be-all when talking about Ohio State and their season. We had a great season,
Yeah.
but this is the epitome.
This is a new season though.
Well, completely agree. But before we dive into that, we got to talk about this Penn State game, man.
Oh yeah,
That was a hell of a football game. And, when I was sitting there on the sidelines and I'm actually watching it firsthand, Penn State wasn't a bad football team. So that's why I necessarily don't blame the committee for looking at that game and saying, you know what, Ohio State deserves to be number one, because Penn State looked good. Granted, their quarterback situation was a little bit murky. They brought the second guy in who looked damn good. And I know he's going to make the decision tough on James Franklin moving forward on who he decides to go with.
Right.
But the future's bright at Penn State at the quarterback spot, because I like the young kid, the way he was able to come in, spark that team. But hats off to Ohio State defense, bro.
I mean, for sure. I mean, with everything that you just said, I think last week's game kind of showed what type of team that we had.
100%.
It was our first time really like being in a fight and being challenged. I mean, obviously we've had some games, but
We ain't had no games. We ain't had none of that. We ain't had no games.
we ain't had nothing like that.
None.
But I'm
None
saying
whatsoever.
I'm saying as far as like being really really challenged. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, okay, you got to knuck or buck right now, because it's like you're in the middle of a game where it's tight now. So show me what you made out of. And our defense did a great job. Obviously we had a couple turnovers that kind of hurt us, but having our defense come back and be able to deliver and make plays and stop Penn State was huge.
Dude, man, there were so many times to where Penn State really could have took control of that football game.
Yeah.
The pick going in to the end zone when they're making a drive, I think to tie the game was so critical for Ohio State's defense. But, dog, watching Chase Young back in full effect, I'm sorry, I got my daughter here, but that shit was ridiculous. Watching him come back, bro, off a 2-week hiatus, come back, get 3 sacks, and it was probably another 2 or 3 he probably could have had gotten because he not been held.
He was held every single play.
100%. Dude, watching him in the spark that he provides for this defense, it's like, any other game I'm sitting there talking about, there isn't a defense in the country that can make a difference whether you win or lose a game. But Chase Young was a difference in whether we won or lost that game because of the pressure that he was able to put on their quarterback and just put on their entire offense. Like, bro, the dude should win the Heisman Trophy. I know he's going to probably win the Bronco Nagurski, the Bednarik, all the defensive awards, but he should win the Maxwell, which traditionally goes to an offensive player, and the Heisman Trophy. He's that good. And when you really, breaking this thing down, the Heisman should go to the best player in the country, right?
Absolutely.
That's what they always say. It never happens. It always goes to the best offensive player. But he has to get this thing, man. He does.
I agree.
We got the team success. You got the personal success. And then when you watch the way that he was able to impact the game last week versus Penn State, how can you not?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. He definitely deserves to get the Heisman. Obviously, he has to get, what's the award called? I want to call it Defensive Player of the Year, but it's not Defensive Player of the Year.
Nagurski, Bronco Nagurski.
Yeah, he's definitely getting that. And if he doesn't get that, then
I don't think it's any question.
Yeah, I think something's wrong with the committee that makes that decision. But the guy is just unstoppable, honestly. I know we sat here and we kind of talked about, could he break the sack record, for college football? Because I think the sack record is it 19 or 21 or something like that?
Somewhere in that range.
So 20 or 21 sacks. My guy has 16.5 sacks.
Yep.
And still has a game left.
Potentially.
Potentially.
What is it? We potentially got 4 more games, right?
But
Michigan game,
but
Big Ten championship,
yeah,
one of the college football playoff games, and then potentially 4 more games left. So it's legitimately not out of his reach.
But I think it's just in the season though. They don't count the.
Shit, why don't they? I mean, they count all Zeke's rushing yards. He's the number 2 all-time leading rusher at Ohio State history, and a lot of those yards, he had like 800 yards in 3 games.
Yeah.
So I think they count those.
I thought like, far as for the season, I
Nah,
didn't
man,
think
they stopped doing that for some reason.
really.
Yeah, they don't break it up at all.
Well, he's definitely gonna break that record then, and it's crazy because my guy missed 2 games. But another crazy thing is this guy has had games where some guys okay, you get a sack every game. That's cool. It's been games where my guy done got 3 or 4 sacks in multiple games.
Yeah, I mean, dude is a beast, but
And maybe they should have like put him back there like kick returner or something and let him take a kick back. Maybe they let him win the Heisman. But you already know how it is, man. I mean, the Heisman is always going to be like a guy. When was the last time a defense player won? It was Woodson.
Yeah, Charles Woodson.
And that's because he was going on offense. He was doing special kickoff return, punt return. He was making an impact on the offensive side of the ball. So it's just tough. But like you said, they should give it to him. But it's a good chance that the other guy from Ohio State that went to LSU is probably gonna get it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a great.
Which is that's a great situation.
No, I mean, it's great for him to get it, but he's not the best player in the country.
Right.
I mean, he's one of the better quarterbacks in the country. He's not the best player in the country. The best player in the country is Chase Young. But flipping on the other side of the football, were you surprised how much Justin Fields ran the ball? We didn't run Justin Fields all year long, and that's when he first came here. I think everybody envisioned him kind of having that Braxton Miller effect in terms of running the football. Mm-hmm. But I think it's been smart that Ryan Day hasn't put him out there to where he's had to run the ball a bunch all season long. Mm-hmm. But then he gets in this game where it was ugly. The field conditions were awful. It was raining. It was a little bit cold. He carried the ball 21 times. Were you shocked at that?
Not necessarily shocked. I think he just made some good decisions by taking off at times. I don't think most of the time it was set up for him to.
A lot of them was design runs, especially when you got in the red zone. Oh, definitely, 100%.
You was right down there too.
Yeah. So, a lot of them was design runs for sure.
I think he did a good job. It was a couple of times I was like, man, if that was Braxton, he would have did this move or that move and maybe scored. But
100%.
I love what he. I mean, I loved how he played in that game. Obviously, having the three turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
That was not something that we wanted to see happen. But overall, I think he controlled the game. He played well, and I think this guy is just the sky's the limit for him. But what I like is how when he talks in the media, he promised Ohio State, we're gonna keep getting better. We're going to do a better job, as far as the turnovers and everything. So the guy's going the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the crazier things as well is if you would have told me that Ohio State was going to turn the ball over 3 times in this game.
And still win the game.
In critical moments and still win by multiple touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have said you was crazy. But the fact that we were able to do that, J.K. was able to get, 150, 170 yards.
I think 185
like 30-something carries. I mean, it was a grinded out game. This showed me that this team could face adversity and be able to bounce back.
Still be able to bounce back.
And we talk about it all the time, and I feel like every week, but, I mean, it's inevitable. You can't help but thank Ryan Day and just look at what he's been able to do, how he's been able to get this team motivated, and how he's been able to keep this team calm through crazy situations. That was probably one of the crazier moments that it was. Well, not probably. It was the most craziest situation in which we faced as a team all year long. Mm-hmm. And for us to be able to, stay resilient, stay cool, go out there, defense, bent a little bit, but then all of a sudden cut it on and said, you know what, we're not having this, and go out and be dominant. Dude, it was impressive.
Yeah. How nervous were you when they basically almost tied the game up?
Oh, man, I was it wasn't that I was nervous. It was that I'm sitting there. I'm doing the game with Lamar Arrington from Fox Sports. Uh-huh. So me and him are next to each other, and dog, he just all of a sudden just going crazy, talking all types of shit. I'm like, bro, you do realize that y'all still losing.
Right.
But he was just eating it up. And I'm like, man, ain't nothing I can do at that point.
Right.
You know how it is when somebody talking shit and your team is down. All you can do is really shut up and like, oh man.
But we was never down though. So
but they were driving and it's looking like, oh man, these dudes are really in this game. And I predicted it to be like 45-17.
Yeah, but the crazy thing about it is that all this transition happened when the backup quarterback come in. Yeah. So it's like, dang, like, is this backup quarterback really about to come in and be the guy that upsets Ohio State at home?
We've
senior
seen
day,
crazier things. And when you look at Penn State, it's been a number of years in which Penn State has been that team to come into Ohio Stadium and just give us fits. Penn
Mm-hmm.
State and Michigan State, two teams you always got to worry about when they're in the shoe
Mm-hmm.
because they always seem to give us fits.
Mm-hmm.
Always, man.
Mm-hmm.
And-
Illinois too. I mean, it ain't been a long. It's been a long
hell
time.
no.
It's been a long time,
Bro,
man, they popped us the one year.
Yes, one time. I'm talking about on a consistent basis.
Oh,
You got to
okay.
worry about Penn State and Michigan State.
Yeah.
Hell no, Illinois. Come on. but yeah, you got to worry about those guys, and that's why going into this week right now, which is the game, we understand the importance of it. I'm not necessarily overly concerned because Penn State's a better overall football team, and I know juices are going to be flowing. I know, the excitement is going to be there for these guys, being Ohio State players and the Michigan guys, and Jim Harbaugh's back is against the wall because he hasn't beat Ohio State since he's been there,
Yeah.
and he knows. I think he got a shit ton of money guaranteed in his contract, but I think he knows that. All right, man, do I really want to keep on and allowing this to be my legacy? At some point, it's like, man, I got to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I got to leave. I can't continue to be this guy that loses to rival year after year after year and not have any success. So, for that reason alone, I'm expecting it to be a competitive game, but I just don't see them having a high-octane offense and to be able to keep up with Ohio State scoring and considering the field conditions
Yeah,
may
it's
not
supposed to
be
be-
as bad as they were. Yeah, I mean, it's what, 50% chance of rain. We know it's going to be cold,
Yeah.
but they may not be as bad as they were last week. And if that's not the case, I can't see Ohio State making those same mistakes.
I agree with you. I look at this game as I just feel like Michigan this year has not been
That's
that
every year.
team, huh?
That's every year.
Yeah, true, but they haven't been this team that everybody was expecting. Like, if you had told me now back then that everybody was saying that Michigan was going to win the Big Ten beginning of the
A
year,
lot of people were.
even the Big Ten picked Michigan to win the Big Ten, and you look at it now, it's like, man, these dudes done lost to Wisconsin,
Mm-hmm.
Penn State, damn near almost lost to Army the first game of the year, and they definitely about to lose this weekend.
Right.
So we talking about a team who's getting manhandled by some big dogs over here, man.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it. Diving back on Ohio State in this situation, I really can't. I can't help but give Ryan Day so much credit. I know it sounds like I'm on Ryan Day heavy right now.
I
But-
mean, as you should be. I mean, this guy hasn't lost a game.
No, but
ever
beyond
as a
that,
head coach.
beyond that, the decision that he made to go out and get Greg Madison and
Mhm.
Al Washington from Michigan,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah, 'cause
looking how bad we were. We could say we were in the middle. We were the worst defense in Ohio State history last year.
Mhm.
Now we're the number one defense in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So that decision alone, and saying, you know what, F this, I'm putting pride to the side, and I'm going to go out and get these guys because I think they're quality coaches. They may not be getting it done there, but I think with the players that we got here, they were able to do that.
Yeah.
And to pull the trigger and do it, and then to watch them transform this defense to the number one defense in the country,
Yeah.
like, I don't know how you don't really, I mean, I don't know whether does he get coach of the year for this, or do we give Greg Madison and Jeff Hafley co assistant coaches of the year because of the transformation that we've seen with these teams?
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's ridiculous.
I mean, honestly,
It's the same players too.
yeah. Honestly, I wonder what it is that he saw to make him want to go get those guys from over there. Because it's like,
They were good coaches.
no. Yeah, they're great coaches, but when they were coaching against us, he was just having his way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dang, he must have really seen something.
Bro, that's just the depressive thing, man. We
You know?
got the same players on defense. Excuse me. I can't name a starter from last year that transferred. Did we lose a corner last year? Who was the corner opposite of Arnett last year? That's what I'm saying. That's how hard it is to figure out who the hell left last year because it was a bunch of the same guys that were on the defense, and watching these guys get into gear with a new coaching staff that doesn't have them thinking a whole bunch, that has them going and playing with their ability. And one of the, we talk about it all the time. And I know I just paused my thought, but we talk about it all the time, especially with watching Lamar Jackson develop into who he is. You got to coach in Harbaugh with the Ravens saying, you know what, I'm not gonna stay status quo and do what the NFL has been doing and making players adapt to my system. I'm going to adapt to this player's attributes. That's what Greg Madison and Jeff Hafley have done on the defensive side of the football. They've adapted their defensive schemes to the best attributes of the athletes that they have.
Yes.
And that allows guys to go play freely. And that's
Yes.
what we've been seeing, and that's why we've been so good on defense.
Yes.
That's why I can't wait, man. This week, lock and load. I wonder how it's going to be for Madison, Al Washington, being in scarlet and gray at, what's the name of their stadium? The Big House. F the Big House.
The Little
man.
House.
Yeah, the Little
That's our
House.
house. Shit.
I can't wait, man. I cannot wait. Dog.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, man, I just think about our linebackers last year.
The same guys. The same exact guys.
Bro,
That's the crazy thing.
Al Washington has came in here. I mean, obviously, both of the coaches have done a great job, but our linebackers were so bad last year. I mean, the whole defense was bad last year. But our linebackers, bro, like you said, it's the same guys, and now these guys they making plays, bro. Last year, we couldn't make a tackle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man, and I'm geeked up. I'm excited. I'm actually going to the game, with some family members that went to.
Don't be that guy that
went
goes
to
to this
Michigan.
game and doesn't wear your shit.
I'm aware.
You better have your Letterman jacket on. You better have all your shit on.
Hey, I'm not wearing my Letterman jacket because it's huge. I got my.
Go over to the Woody.
No, listen. I got my Ohio State jack from Homage. Shout out to Homage.
All right, shout out to Howard, but wear your Letterman jacket. Let him know, you know what? I played in this goddamn game. I was in this stadium. What you want to do?
Right.
Yeah, but and rock the gold pants around your neck. Come on, man. Don't go out there like that. Just wear some of Homage like you a casual fan. No, you played in the game. Rock that Letterman, man.
You got a great point. I heard you can go over there and get one.
Yeah,
for
go
like,
over there and get one.
yeah.
Man, tell me you want to exchange it. If they charge you $50, $100, man, get a nice ride, nice size, the one that fit. I'm going to get me a Letterman jacket. I'll tell you that much because I seen LeVar Arrington when we was doing the game.
You want to go after this?
He had on. I got to take my baby girl somewhere. But I might take her over there.
Yeah,
I might take her over there.
Good experience for her, man.
I'm gonna take. We can go after this.
All right.
But nonetheless, I seen LeVar wearing his Letterman jacket.
I seen it too. Yeah.
Bro, I want to get my Letterman jacket back because my shit is like a 6X. Well, I know your shit is probably a 4 or 5X too.
Bro.
Can't nobody fit that shit.
I was at my mom's house. I think I sent y'all the picture in the group message. And I tried mine on, and it ain't. I mean, I got mine in probably 2008.
So, yeah, it was 2008, right?
So I guess that was in the transition stage where
you wanted to go back smaller with your clothes.
Yeah. So
I got no clue why the hell I got a 6X Letterman jacket. It make no sense. This shit's big as hell. This shit's baggy as shit in the world.
Mine's is an XL, and mine's is still kind of big. Man, speaking of back in the day, why the heck did we wear 4X, 5X tees?
Man, I don't know.
Tall tees at that.
Yeah, that shit's stupid.
Back to the game, though, man. But
Back to the game, man. What's the your best memory going and playing at Michigan? Not in the rivalry, just playing at Michigan. Like what's some of the shit you remember from that?
Man, I remember one touchdown I had at Michigan, man, and it was a flag. It was a screenplay, and I ended up scoring. And it was a fan that was just jawing at me, bro. And I'm in the fan's face like, ah! I can't remember what I was saying, bro. But I always remember that play and then it just looked so sweet on film because it's like I'm really over here like
going back
yelling, like going crazy. But I see a flag go, so I'm like, dang, I hope the flag wasn't on me. But the flag was on them. I think they was like offsides, and I think I had like how many touchdowns you scored against Michigan?
In my career?
Yeah,
I don't know. 5, 6, something like that. Wow, what you got?
Yeah,
Somewhere
around
range?
saying like about 5.
So what I remember, and one of my best memories was, I remember 2007. You was redshirted, but you probably still traveled to the.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember getting to the stadium earlier. The lights was cut out. For some reason, they didn't have the power on in the locker room, and when it was like a fiasco. Once everybody gets off the damn the bus to go into the locker room, we got like, why the hell the power ain't on?
Yeah.
So the power was delayed getting cut on.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you remember this one.
Man, I got CTE, man. I don't remember that.
But going to the bathroom, the bathrooms were already flooded. So if you would have flushed the toilet, the shit is coming out the water.
I think I kind of remember it.
So you got the power out, the bathroom's flooded, and we're like, what the hell is going on in this situation? And all I remember is Alex Boone, What the F are these guys? You know how Boone was. What the F are these guys do? We better go out here and dominate. We better go out here and do this. He was cussing up a storm.
Yeah.
But I remember Coach Tress, as we got into like a little group circle as we're going on the field, you see what they did to us, men? You know how it is.
Yeah, right.
You see what they did to us, men? You go out and make them pay.
Yeah.
Bro, and that was probably the best speech that I heard Coach Tress give because of all the shit that we went through that morning just to be able to go and play in the game. And I remember, man, going out and being so, you know, well, I don't even know if you manufacture for this game, but you already like juiced up and amped up, but you're trying to get something else to put on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Another chip, a bigger chip on your shoulder. And I was like, you know, fuck that. These motherfuckers ain't let me take a shit like they want to. They want to flood the toilets. Let's go. I want it like this.
Hey, and you let the ass right.
Bro, it was crazy, man.
Hey, he said, "These motherfuckers, hey, let me take my shit. How you used to take my shit for the game? You over here bubbling it." But that's hilarious,
Bro, man. It's now some of the greatest memories, man, come from this game. And I don't know if people, I think the fans, obviously, you understand the sense of pride that this game means and that it has for a lot of different people and for so many years. But as a player, when you're able to go and dominate that school and go and play well and come out with a victory, those bragging rights, man, and when you're from Ohio, it's just a little bit different. Now, I don't know how it is now when you got these guys on the team that aren't from Ohio. We got a bunch of California, Florida, guys from a little bit of everywhere. If they really understand it, and I pray to God that the coaching staff does do a good job of valuing this and making sure these players understand the importance of the rivalry and the magnitude of the moment. But if they don't, man, that's sad. That's tough.
man.
That's tough because we grew up understanding and knowing, all right, we hate them motherfuckers. They hate us.
Yeah.
When it's time to play, lock and load because we're going to go.
Yeah, I mean, so much goes into this week, man. I could just remember all the stuff that used to go down. I mean, you know, Monday, you know, you had Coach Bruce come in and get an amped up, you know, speech. You know, oh well, Sunday start off Sunday night. You know, the band comes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, then you get to march around the band. You know, do your thing. Coach Bruce come on Monday, Tuesday. I can't remember. But then they decorate the whole Woody, you know, and all the Michigan stuff, man. It's that whole week is just crazy, and that's why I say it's literally a new season.
Mm-hmm.
It's like because everything that has happened, yeah, we had a great season, but now this is the season. You know, this is the game. You know, this game makes or break your season. You know, if we lose this game, it's like, well, you can throw that season away.
So let me ask you, because of where we are. If we lose this game, we still go to the Big Ten championship. Let's say we play in the Big Ten championship. I can't see them taking or not taking a one-loss Ohio State team into the college football playoff. Do you think that being in the mind of the players, obviously, you know, players watch this shit, they know where they stand, and so on and so forth. Do you think that may diminish the game at all, or do you think these guys are, no, you know what time it is? It's time to roll. Or and if you're in the shoes, do you view it differently? Like, all right, man, we can lose to these guys, so maybe we don't go full bore because it's not really that important. Because
this is the biggest.
Well, we know that.
Well, they better understand that, bro. Because you know you lose to Michigan, bro. It's a long year.
Right. It is.
I'm talking about a long year. That year feel like 3 years. You like, dang. You in April, June thinking about, dang, we done lost to Michigan. We went undefeated. Oh well, we won all them games and got to the end and couldn't finish. So this is the game, man, and I'm sure, you know, I just feel like Ryan Day has that fire in him, though, man. He has something that he wants to prove to everybody.
Right.
You know, you step in from Urban Meyer, step in for Urban Meyer as the head coach, you got a lot to prove. Mm-hmm. And prove to everybody that you're the man for this job. You're the reason why we're successful right now. You know, so I can't wait, bro.
Yeah, bro. So I'm gonna give you another story, man. Just talking about it just gets me going about the stories and shit from my time. I remember the 1-versus-2 game, and
I was there in the stands.
So we're coming out the stadium, the tunnel, and you know how it is where you're going down and you can actually see other people walking down on the other side of like the railing.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so we're running down. I remember my pops being right there. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm pumped up, man. Dad, I'm ready to go. Because he's coming down because my little brother would get tickets from recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
So they going down. I remember running down the tunnel, and I look to my right, and I see Derek Jeter, and I see who was it? It was, I want to say Charles Woodson.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Charles Woodson must have been like on a bye week or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mo Vaughn, Madonna, and Braylon Edwards. You remember Braylon Edwards got into the bullshit because he took a helicopter down here, missed the Browns meeting because they had a home game. So he ended up flying down in a chopper. So I see all them on the sideline, and I remember like, God damn, is that Derek Jeter and Madonna on the sideline right there, bro? So I run up, and my dad still happened to be right there. I said, "Do you see who the hell out there, bro?" It just tripped me out that.
Then you
That's
realize
when I
how
really
big.
knew. Exactly. And
You realize
obviously, I knew it was a big game because I grew up rooting for Ohio State. I grew up liking Michigan a little bit because I got an older cousin. He's like my dad's older cousin who is like a University of Michigan Hall of Fame running back, Billy Taylor, and one of their all-time leading rushers. So he would always probably to about 5 I like Michigan. But after that, it's like, nah, man, I ain't from there.
Yeah.
It's just, I know who I like. But you understand.
Yeah.
From a completely different level. That's when I understood, like, oh shit, this is real because we got these type of celebrities in the game. Like, what is Madonna doing there? Was she there? Did she date Jerry Jeter or somebody like that? I had no clue. But nonetheless, when I go out the tunnel and I see them being in the shoe, and that whole entire week there was a countdown clock on just about every sports channel because it was the first time Ohio State and Michigan was playing, and they were 1 versus 2.
And
A couple of days prior to.
that was the first time that they changed the time.
Yeah, so it was a 3:30 game.
Yeah.
So it turned into a night game.
Yeah.
But a couple of days prior to the game, you got their best all-time coach in Bo Schembechler dying. So it was like, shit.
They about to be.
All of this transpires.
Yeah.
There's a countdown clock. There's these celebrities in this game.
Yeah.
This shit is important. The importance of this game just went up times 10 now that you got Bo Schembechler that passes. So going out and playing in that game, bro, it was like the most crazy experience I could ever remember. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen the stadium like that in my life. And, Will, you can attest to this. You know how crazy. Bro, the craziest thing. Like, this is back when we had grass, too. Because you remember that after the game.
People was taking grass.
That was the last time Ohio Stadium had grass. People picked up clumps of grass and carried it off the stadium.
Yeah.
And that was the first time the game had transformed into a night game. So that environment was like second to none. I mean, second half came around, it's pitch black dark, and I remember Troy Smith rolling out to the side. I remember, which ended up being huge for us, Sean Crable smacking Troy, and they getting the personal foul call, and it's like, damn, all right, we'll take that and move forward. But that was by far the best game experience of my life, playing and as a spectator.
Got to talk, man.
Yeah, I just went on a little rant there, but I had to give it to you because, yeah, man, that shit was insane.
I was there as a recruit. That was my senior year, and I was already committed to Ohio State, but that kind of like that game put the icing on the cake for me. You know, obviously, like yourself, you said at your younger age, you kind of rooted for Michigan because you had some family members there. You got to think how I was. I had a pipeline of guys from my high school going to Michigan. My cousin Alfie Birch played there in the 80s. I mean, Prescott Burgess, Carl Diggs, Mario Manningham, the list goes on. And seeing all those guys go there, and then so me growing up, I'm rooting for the guys because it's the guys from my hometown.
Right.
But
those guys you look up to.
As I get older, and I always tell people when my brain actually finally start, coming together and everything, I became a Ohio State fan. Another big reason why I came here was Maurice Claret. Obviously we went to the same high school, and seeing his success and seeing him do what he did his freshman year, I was like, man, I want to be that guy that goes to Ohio State and don't follow the pipeline of guys going to Michigan from Ohio. And as I got older, I was like, man, that shit was whack, man. Why all these dudes go to Michigan, man?
Right.
Like, I always be thinking, like, man, imagine if Mario Manningham would have came to Ohio State. Prescott Burgess would have came to Ohio State. Maybe it's a good thing that they did go there because, we was deep at both of the positions that they
we could have
played.
used Mario for sure.
Yeah.
That's without question. Mario Manningham was a beast. And when he got to Michigan, he lit that shit up. You got to think, he would have been coming in. His freshman year would have been Ted's last year.
His freshman year would have been...
no, he played 2 years with Ted, probably. I played 1 year with Ted. He's a year older than me, so he'd played 2 years with Ted. So he still would have had another 2 years to go and light it up here and been the guy, the number one receiver. We had Heartline and we had Robo, but Manningham in college was a completely different animal, bro. Man, he would have been our number one receiver here at Ohio State. I don't think there's no disputing that.
Yeah.
But man, this is it, man. This is it. This is the game week, and like I don't want to keep y'all long because I just want y'all to get to it. Dive into that shit, suck it in, enjoy it, embrace it, and know that Ohio State is gonna go out with their ass, man.
And don't forget, if you got a chance and you want to win some goddamn money, the spread is 9 points this week, and I feel we for damn sure gonna cover that.
8.5
DSI.
Exactly. So we're gonna hop on Bet DSI. We're gonna make these bets, and we're gonna rattle off real quick a couple of games that we're gonna be checking out, and we're gonna be making some nice wagers on Bet DSI at betdsi.com. Use promo code Beanie100. The spread versus Ohio State is OSU minus 8.5.
Oh, it's 8. Okay,
yep.
I thought it was 9.
Who you taking in that game?
I'm gonna just laugh.
All right, we ain't got even an answer on that one. We know who we're taking in that game. There's another good game this weekend. Alabama-Auburn. We know that's gonna be a tough one. Alabama minus 3.5. Remember, Tua's not there.
You say it's at Auburn?
Yeah, yep.
I'm calling the upset.
Yeah, man.
I like Auburn.
I like Auburn in this situation too, man. Tua is not there.
Yeah.
Don't call me crazy, but he just ain't there, man. So make this at Bet DSI pick. Another good one that we have.
You had Cincinnati and Memphis.
Yeah, Cincinnati and Memphis. And let me give you that spread real quick. That's on Friday night.
Yeah.
Memphis minus 11. Ooh. Yeah, that's crazy.
At
that
Memphis?
is crazy. Yes, at Memphis. Memphis minus 11. Wow. Damn, Memphis is. I can't believe that. I'm on ESPN, right? You see the same thing? Oh, bro, that's nuts. I got no clue why they're disrespecting Fickle with him like that.
I ain't taking that.
Me either.
I ain't taking that.
Give me Cincinnati to win the game on that one, man.
Yeah, I'll take Cincinnati to win the game, too.
Then we got
let's go to the pros, man. We got the Browns and the Steelers playing this weekend.
Let's give it. We had a couple more. I mean,
oh my bad. Well, we can get back to it, but
no, go to the. Just forget it, man. We'll skip to the Browns. I won't do any other picks on BetDSI.com. I'll just go to the Browns one. Browns Steelers. Let me give you the spread. I don't even got the spread. I don't even care about the spread in this game. This game is going to be crazy for a number of reasons. Dude, I heard rumors that supposedly, I don't know how true it is. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong. I heard rumors that there's supposed to be a bunch of Browns fans in the stadium, and they're not. I guess they're banning Myles Garrett jerseys from going into the Pittsburgh Steelers Stadium. But there's supposed to be a bunch of Browns fans that go in Browns gear, and it's going to be a section that just all take off their shirts and all have on Myles Garrett jerseys.
For real?
Yeah, bro, that's what I heard.
Hold on.
That shit could be wrong.
How can you ban?
You can do that shit in the league.
How?
They did it with Aaron Hernandez.
If I paid for, that's different. That may kill somebody, bro.
Right.
I mean, killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? Myles Garrett hit somebody in the head with a helmet. Okay, I understand. You can't ban. I paid for my jersey. If I want to wear my jersey to your stadium and I paid for my seat, I'm wearing my jersey.
But that's how I feel about it, too. I mean, you should be able to. But this is what I heard. It could be just a bogus rumor just floating out there. But nonetheless, that's going to be a crazy-ass game. And Mason Rudolph ain't starting.
Yeah, I seen that.
That's the one shitty thing that
atmosphere in that stadium going to be crazy.
But it's Browns minus two.
Minus two?
Yeah. I'm taking the Browns.
I'm taking the Browns, too.
I think they'll win this game, man.
Yeah.
The Steelers denied that they're doing that.
They did not. Oh, so it was a rumor then. Okay, good. Because I'm not.
It was out there because there was a report that they were going to, but they said they're not going to.
Oh, so all right, good, man. So I'm not far off. Will, I'll tell you one thing. The Cleveland Browns. I'm gonna rattle off something to you, real quick, and you tell me where we stand, and in our bet. You know.
I thought it was 10 games, but I guess it's.
Bro, I thought it was 9 games, man. We got to go back and look at the tape.
You're still alive.
I'm still alive, and the Browns, they got the Steelers, which they should win. So that'll push us to 6 wins right there. They got the Bengals, which they should beat the shit out of. That'll push us to 7 wins right there. They got the Cardinals, which is up in the air. I'm going to say they lose that one right there, right? They got the Ravens.
They going to get smacked. No, we already beat the Ravens.
No, they got the Ravens again, though. They play them twice a year.
No. I'm saying, but we already beat them.
They already beat them. So,
but they on a whole nother level right now.
The Ravens are playing good, but this is like the second to the last game of the season. Do the Ravens, after they secure their spot, do they let the wheels come falling off and say, you know what, let's just relax our guys? Then they got the Bengals again. So, Will, I'm alive and well in this steak dinner, baby. I'm alive. I thought all was lost, but it ain't going too far, my friend.
See, I have faith that the Browns will blow it. They'll lose like they'll blow it to the Bengals.
To the Bengals.
That'd be the worst.
They're gonna beat the Ravens and like lose to
The worst team in the NFL, the
is-
Cincinnati Bengals.
that is
Bro,
some Brown
so
stuff.
somebody got mad at me. Was it last week or the week before on the podcast when you wanted to talk about Cincinnati? I said, "When the hell was Cincinnati? They suck." Somebody said, "Know your audience." There's a lot of Bengals fans that watch this. Okay, rightfully so. There may be a lot of Bengals fans that watch this podcast and listen to it, and I appreciate you guys. But nonetheless, the Bengals suck. That's why I don't want to spend a lot of time on the Bengals. So I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I really am.
Hey.
I really am. But the Bengals are awful right now. So,
Hey.
I mean, what time do you want me to spend talking about them when they haven't done anything?
Man, I feel bad for
They
them.
just went back to Andy Dalton.
I was just about to say,
Come on.
they are confused right now, and I really feel bad for them because it's like, how you benched $100 million quarterback and then bring this other guy and let him play a couple games? Oh, he doesn't work. We're gonna go back to Andy Dalton. That is crazy to me, bro.
Bro, I really wonder.
Like,
is this-
stick with something.
I wonder, is this going to be a year in which it'd be one and done with the coach there? But you just know the Brown family, everything that we heard, they don't like to spend money
Oh, nah.
that they don't have to spend. So I can't see them paying a coach a buyout and going and hiring somebody else and have to pay him again.
Nah, they're gonna give him a couple more years.
Dude, you know what I really wonder, man? I wonder if Bengals fans, matter of fact, comment on this shit, because you commented on what I said a couple of weeks ago and not want to talk about them. You as a Bengals fan, I don't remember your name, but I remember the individual, because I do read the comments. I'm one of those people. I read the comments.
She about to go in on you, boy.
Do you think, and do all Bengals fans, do you miss Marvin Lewis?
I bet you they do.
That's what I want to know. Do you miss Marvin Lewis? Because this is the worst of the worst. We haven't seen the Bengals be like this since pre-Marvin Lewis. So what's your thoughts now in this situation? Do they fire him? Do they fire this coach? Should they fire this coach? Should they get rid of Andy Dalton? Like, what happens in this situation? Marvin Lewis, I mean, at least he had you going back-to-back in some playoff years. Yeah, you were losing in the first round, but shit, bird in hand is better than that. But yeah, man, that's my spiel, man. And no disrespect, man. It's all fun and games.
It's all fun and games.
That's
Y'all know
it.
we keep it real on the
Yeah,
Beanie and
that's
Boom
it, man.
podcast. It's a good time.
That's it, man. What else you got, man, for us? That's it?
Let me see.
Get to the game, man. That's all I'm talking about, the game.
I think that might be it.
Man, that's a wrap on Beanie and the Boom podcast, man. Michigan week. Let's light this thing up, man. Tune in. We're going to give you a recap of it next week on what we thought of the game. And yeah, man, let me know what
I'm gonna go get my Letterman jacket, man.
let me know what they doing with the Bengals, man. Please do. Let me know your thoughts
Bet
on that.
DSI, Beanie 100, man. Go make you some money, man.
Absolutely.
Happy
That's-
holidays to everybody. Enjoy.
Yes, happy holidays.
Be safe.
Enjoy
We
the
love
family.
y'all.
Hold on, real quick. Are you you doing any cooking?
Oh, I don't cook.
Oh man, come on.
I don't even eat meat. You know that.
buy your Christmas gift of Beanie Boom t-shirt.
Yeah. Get your Christmas gifts. I mean, Beanie and the Boom t-shirts, Lettermen Row t-shirts. Visit the shop. Will, are you cooking anything?
Are you cooking anything?
Just eating. Are you cooking anything? Oh my gosh! Like,
What
come
you
on, man.
cooking?
Dude? I cook my turkey every year. Like, I mean,
Do you
you
season
guys
it?
are the men in the house.
Do you season it?
What do you think about Beanie's turkey?
Baby, put your microphone down. It's my daughter. Put your microphone down and talk real quick, sweetheart. Baby, does Dad cook a good turkey?
Yeah,
Is Dad good on the grill and on the smoker?
sometimes.
Oh my God!
See?
Sometimes. Oh
Well,
my
hey.
God! She said what?
Because like the hot dogs be like burnt,
Oh, Beanie gang good.
but the turkey be good though.
Everybody loves a burnt hot dog. Get off the microphone. That's my baby girl. All right, see you guys.
Oh,
That's a
man.
wrap on the show.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe below to get the latest videos from Lettermen Row.
We got Letterman Live, we've got the practice report, we got rapid reaction. Hey, and you know we got Buck IQ with Zach Bourne.
For sure, we got recruiting breakdowns with Berm. We got whatever you need. Ohio State football and Ohio State athletics, we've got you covered here at Lettermen Row.